Hello everyone, welcome to Go Filipino, your Tagalog learning companion with me, Chris Andres. Recorded live from my apartment in Quezon City, Philippines, so expect a lot of background noises. This podcast is a hopefully easy way of learning the Filipino language or Tagalog. So why learn Filipino? It is a language spoken by over 70 million people. It is spoken within the Philippines and within the Filipino communities all over the world, either as a native language or as a second language. It is the language spoken in metropolitan Manila and is used to communicate with other Filipinos who natively speak other languages. You may also want to learn the language if you are married to a Filipino and would like to understand what your spouse is saying vernacularly. You also would want to learn Filipino if your parents are Filipino migrants who did not teach you how to speak the language because they think it is not needed in a foreign country or because they are afraid that you might end up speaking with an accent, which is totally not true. And even though you have many Filipinos who can't communicate in English, communicating in a much more familiar language like Filipino is greatly appreciated. For our first lesson, let's talk about the foundations. So before we dive into common phrases, which is often taught in other Filipino lessons, we should first lay out the foundations of the Filipino language, which is pronunciations. Imagine we're building a house, but before we build the house, which is the Filipino language, we have to lay down the foundations first, and it has to be strong. Therefore, we should start with the pronunciations. Let's start with the vowel pronunciations. In the Filipino language, there are 5 vowels: A, E, I, O, and U. The vowels are pronounced very openly. For instance, for A, it is pronounced as A, A, A. An example is bata, bata, bata. Bata means child. Bata, bata, bata. For the letter E, it's e, e, e. An example is bente, bente, bente. It means 20. At least that's the Spanish loan word. Bente, bente, bente. For the letter I, it's E, E, E. An example, binti, 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 which means leg. Binti, binti, binti. For the letter O, it's O, O, so it's rounded. O, O, O. An example, boto, boto, boto. It means to vote. Boto, boto, boto. And finally, for the letter U, it's U, U, U. An example is buto, buto, buto. Notice the bu, which is the first syllable. Buto, which means bone or seed. Buto, buto, buto. Let's now proceed to the consonant pronunciations. The consonants in Filipino are pretty much similar to English consonants, but there are emphasis on the following rules. All the stop consonants are unaspirated. These stop consonants are namely P, B, T, D, K, G. And as I've said before, these consonants are unaspirated. Therefore, they are pronounced as the following: pa, pa, pa. So it's not pa, it's pa, pa, pa. For the letter B, it's ba, ba, ba. Again, ba, not ba, 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 ba. For the letter T, it's ta, ta, ta. It doesn't have that yet. No, no, it's ta, ta, ta. So notice when I pronounce the word for leg, it's binti, not binti. Again, the unaspirated is ta, ta, ta. For the letter D, it's similar, unaspirated. Again, da, da, da. And then for the K, ka, ka, ka. And for G, ga, ga, ga. The Filipino language also has a unique consonant called the NG consonant. It's like the NG sound in sing. So, mm. So this consonant is pronounced prominently wherever it is spelled. So when I spell that word, I would specifically spell it as NG instead of NG, just to emphasize that it is a single consonant and not two different sounds in one word. So if you put the NG at the end of the word, it's pronounced as ilong, ilong, ilong. Ilong is nose. It is spelled as I-L-O-N-G. Again, ilong, ilong, ilong. The NG consonant can also be placed in the middle of a word. For instance, the Filipino word for jar, banga, banga, banga. It's banga, not bangga. Bangga means crashing. When two cars are crashing, it's bangga. But when you say banga, it refers to jar. And also, bangga has an additional G after the NG consonant. So it is spelled as B-A-N-G-G-A. But if it's just B-A-N-G-A, it's banga, banga, banga. The NG consonant can also be placed at the start of the word. This is the most challenging among foreign speakers. They have difficulty pronouncing the NG sound at the start of the word. For instance, the word for tooth, ngipin, ngipin, ngipin. Again, ngipin, ngipin, ngipin. If you're having difficulty pronouncing the NG consonant, let's try some exercise. Imagine saying the word sing and then elongate that final sound. So let's do that. Sing, sing, sing. Alright? Repeat that process 5 times. Sing, 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 sing. Alright, now you're getting the hang of it. Try to pronounce that NG sound, that final sound in sing, alone, on its own, without the SI. Let's try it. Mm. Alright, let's repeat it 5 times all over again. And finally, pronounce that NG sound followed by each of the 5 vowels. So, a, e, I, o, u. So, attach the NG consonant with a, e, I, o, u. So, it's nga, nge, ngi, ngo, ngu. It should come out smoothly. It shouldn't come out as nga or nge. No, it's nga, nge, ngi, ngo, ngu. Alright, let's repeat that sequence 2 more times. Nga, nge, ngi, ngo, ngu, nga, nge, ngi, ngo, ngu. Congratulations, now you're getting the hang of it. Now let's proceed to common greetings and responses. If you want to greet a stranger or a friend, or your parents even, you would like to greet them hello or how are you, the Filipino phrase for it is kumusta ka? Kumusta ka? Kumusta ka? Word for word it's kumusta ka? Kumusta ka? Kumusta ka? Kumusta is spelled as K-U-M-U-S-T-A. Kumusta is adapted from the Spanish phrase como está, which means how are you. So, kumusta. The second word is ka, spelled as K-A. It means you. Again, word for word, kumusta ka? Kumusta ka? Kumusta ka? Now let's bring it in a question intonation. Like, let's bring it upwards towards the end. So it's kumusta ka? Kumusta ka? Kumusta ka? When the other speaker would ask you kumusta ka, you would reply, I'm fine. How about you? So in Filipino, that would be mabuti. Ikaw? Mabuti. Ikaw? Mabuti. Ikaw? So there's 2 sentences. The first sentence is mabuti, spelled as M-A-B-U-T-I. It means good. It means fine. The second sentence is ikaw, spelled as I-K-A-W. It means you. Mabuti, ikaw. Mabuti, ikaw. Mabuti, ikaw. Now let's apply the intonations. Mabuti, ikaw. Mabuti, ikaw. Mabuti, ikaw. If you want to ask a person about their name, or what is your name? You would say in Filipino, ano ang pangalan mo? Ano ang pangalan mo? Ano ang pangalan mo? Word for word, it's ano ang pangalan mo. Ano ang pangalan mo. Ano ang pangalan mo. Ano, spelled as A-N-O. It means what. Ang, spelled as A-N-G. A-N-G. It means the. Or a marker that would introduce to the focus of the sentence, which is the name. So the Filipino word for name would be pangalan, spelled as P-A-N-G-A-L-A-N. Pangalan. Pangalan. And finally, mo. Mo. It means you, or your name. The your in your name. Mo. 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 So again, let's do it word for word. Ano ang pangalan mo? Ano ang pangalan mo? Ano ang pangalan mo. Now, let's apply the intonations. Remember, when you ask a question, it ends with a rising intonation. So, ano ang pangalan mo? Ano ang pangalan mo? Ano ang pangalan mo? And the way to reply to it, so you would say, my name is Chris, how about you? Or, I am Chris, how about you? So, in Filipino, you would reply as, ako si Chris, ikaw? Ako si Chris, ikaw? Ako si Chris, ikaw? Word for word, it's ako, si, your name, ikaw. Ako, si, Chris, ikaw. Ako, si, Chris, ikaw. Ako is spelled as A-K-O. It means I. Ako. 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 Si is spelled as S-I. S-I. It's a marker that would introduce a proper name. Si. 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 Si is always followed by a proper name. For instance, in this sentence, it's si Chris. Si Chris. Si Chris. And then finally, the second sentence is ikaw, which means you. So again, word for word, ako, si, your name, ikaw. Ako, si, Chris, ikaw. Ako, si, Chris, ikaw. Now, let's apply the intonations. Ako si Chris, ikaw. Ako si Chris, ikaw. Ako si Chris, ikaw. In Filipino culture, there's this unique greeting wherein we would ask other people where they are from or where are they going. It may sound nosy for foreign speakers, but it is actually an informal way of greeting each other in a face-to-face setting. For instance, when you see each other on the street, or when you see each other in a meeting, or when you bump into each other in a mall. So you would greet them, oh, where are you from? Where did you go? Or where are you going? It's not really that noisy. And with that, when you ask another person, where are you from? You would say it in Filipino, saan ka galing? Saan ka galing? Saan ka galing? Word for word, it's saan ka galing. Saan ka galing. Saan is spelled as S-A-A-N. It means where. Saan. 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 The second word is ka, spelled as K-A. It means you. Ka. 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 The third word is galing, spelled as G-A-L-I-N-G. Galing. It means the place where you are from. Galing. 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 Again, let's do it word for word. Saan ka galing? Saan ka galing? Saan ka galing? Now let's apply the intonations, the question intonations. Saan ka galing? Saan ka galing? Saan ka galing? And when you reply that, you would say like, I'm from the house. I just came from the house. You would say, galing ako sa bahay. Galing ako sa bahay. Galing ako sa bahay. Word for word, it's galing ako sa bahay. Galing, spelled as G-A-L-I-N-G. It means the place where you are from. Galing, galing, galing. The second word is ako, spelled as A-K-O. It means I. Ako, ako, ako. Sa is spelled as S-A. Sa, sa, sa. Sa serves as an object marker that would introduce to that place where you are from, that specific place where you are from. And in this case, it's bahay. 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 Bahay is the Filipino word for house. Bahay. 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 Spelled as B-A-H-A-Y. Again, let's do it word for word. Galing, ako, sa, bahay. Galing, ako, sa, bahay. Galing, ako, sa, bahay. Now, let's apply the intonations. Galing ako sa bahay. Galing ako sa bahay. Galing ako sa bahay. Now, let's ask that other person, where are you going? Where are you going? So, in Filipino, that would be, saan ka pupunta? Saan ka pupunta? Saan ka pupunta? Word for word, it's saan ka pupunta. Saan ka pupunta. Saan ka pupunta. Saan is the word for where. Ka is the word for you. Pupunta is a word that would mean the place that where you are going to. So, it's saan ka pupunta. Saan ka pupunta. Saan ka pupunta. Now, let's apply the question intonation. Saan ka pupunta? Saan ka pupunta? Saan ka pupunta? And then you would reply, you really don't have to specify that exact place where you are going. You could just simply say, oh, I'm just going over there. I'm just going over there. So you would say, dyan lang. Dyan lang. Dyan lang. Word for word, it's dyan lang. Dyan lang. Dyan lang. Dyan is spelled as D-I-Y-A-N. So, the D-I-Y combination is often pronounced in Filipino like the letter J. Similar to the letter J. So, it's dyan. 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 If you want to make it more formally, you could say diyan. But let's make it more easy or more understandable to modern Filipinos. So it's dyan. 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 The second word is lang, spelled as L-A-N-G. Lang. 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 It means just. Lang. 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 So, dyan means there, and then lang means just. So, when you say just over there, it means dyan lang. Dyan lang. Dyan lang. So, when you apply the intonations, it's dyan lang, dyan lang, dyan lang, dyan lang. Or if you want to make it a little bit dismissive, like dyan lang, dyan lang, dyan lang. We now proceed to the greetings for the time of day. So this would be the Filipino versions of good morning, good afternoon, good night. So let's start with the Filipino phrase for good morning. It's magandang umaga, magandang umaga, magandang umaga. Word for word, it's magandang umaga, magandang umaga, magandang umaga. Magandang is the Filipino word for beautiful or well or good. It is spelled as M-A-G-A-N-D-A-N-G. The root word of magandang is maganda, but they add the ng to denote that it is an adjective that would link to the day. And that day in Filipino is umaga. 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 It is spelled as U-M-A-G-A. Again, word for word. Magandang umaga. Magandang umaga. Magandang umaga. So, this sentence is formed by combining the adjective maganda, the linker ng, and then the noun umaga. Now, we apply the intonations, like make it a cheery tone, like magandang umaga, magandang umaga, magandang umaga. And when you reply, you would say good morning to you as well, or good morning as well. You would say magandang umaga rin, magandang umaga rin, magandang umaga rin. Word for word, it's magandang umaga rin, magandang umaga rin, magandang umaga rin. So, to return that favor, you add that enclitic particle rin, R-I-N, rin, to the previous sentence. So, you say magandang umaga rin, that enclitic particle. Enclitic particles are normally optional in Filipino, but it provides emphasis to certain parts of the sentence. So, rin is used as an equivalent to as well or to. So, you too. So, we would say, magandang umaga rin. Magandang umaga rin. Magandang umaga rin. And then, when you apply it in a cheery tone, like which is usual in greetings, like magandang umaga rin. Magandang umaga rin. Magandang umaga rin. And then, when you want to emphasize, like, good morning to you too. So, you would say, magandang umaga rin sa'yo. Magandang umaga rin sa'yo. Magandang umaga rin sa'yo. So, to emphasize who you are greeting to, you add the phrase sa'yo. It means to you. So, word for word, it's magandang umaga rin, that enclitic particle, sa'yo. Magandang umaga rin sa'yo. Magandang umaga rin sa'yo. Sa serves as the marker that would introduce to the object of the greeting. In this case, it's iyo. So, the last word, iyo. It's spelled as Y-O. It's a contraction of iyo. I-Y-O. So, it's sayo, which means you. To you, I mean. Sayo, it means to you. So, if you may have noticed, I have already introduced 3 Filipino words that would mean you. Ikaw, ka, iyo. Ikaw, ka, iyo. So, we will discuss why that is so, why there are 3 different words that would mean you in a future lesson. Now, let's start with the greeting for good noon time. We have a different time period for noon, for high noon, and afternoon. So, let's start with high noon. So, we would say, magandang tanghali. Magandang tanghali. Magandang tanghali. Word for word, it's magandang tanghali. Magandang tanghali. Magandang tanghali. So, like I've said before in magandang umaga, magandang, it's maganda together with the linker ng that would make it an adjective to describe the time of day, which is tanghali. Tanghali. Tanghali means high noon. It is spelled as T-A-N-G-H-A-L-I. So tanghali, it's high noon. It is when the sun is at its peak. So it's between 12 noon to 1 p.m. So in response, you would say, magandang tanghali rin. Magandang tanghali rin. Magandang tanghali rin. So word for word, it's magandang tanghali rin. Magandang tanghali rin. Magandang tanghali rin. And then when you want to emphasize who you're referring that greeting to, you would say, magandang tanghali rin sa'yo. Magandang tanghali rin sa'yo. Magandang tanghali rin sa'yo. So it's magandang tanghali rin sa iyo. 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 So after that high noon, it's afternoon. So you would say hapon. That's the Filipino word for afternoon. And when you greet a person good afternoon, you would say, magandang hapon. Magandang hapon. Magandang hapon. Word for word, it's magandang hapon. Magandang hapon. Magandang hapon. Hapon is spelled as H-A-P-O-N. It means afternoon. That time between 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Magandang hapon. Magandang hapon. Magandang hapon. And then when you reply back, magandang hapon din. Magandang hapon din. Magandang hapon din. So instead of the enclitic particle rin, you replace it with din because the word before it, hapon, ends with a consonant. So if the enclitic particle rin begins with a word that ends with a consonant, in this case it's hapon, you would replace it with din. So you would say, magandang hapon din. Magandang hapon din. Magandang hapon din. And when you want to emphasize who you are greeting to, you would say, magandang hapon din sa'yo. Magandang hapon din sa'yo. Magandang hapon din sa'yo. Word for word, that's magandang hapon din sa iyo. 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 And then finally, good evening. The Filipino phrase for good evening, it's magandang gabi. Magandang gabi. Magandang gabi. Magandang gabi. Word for word, it's magandang gabi. Magandang gabi. Magandang gabi. Gabi, spelled as G-A-B-I. It means evening. That's from 6 p.m. right up until the break of dawn. Magandang gabi. Magandang gabi. Magandang gabi. So with intonation this time, magandang gabi, magandang gabi, magandang gabi. And then when you return the favor, magandang gabi rin, magandang gabi rin, magandang gabi rin. Word for word, it's magandang gabi rin, magandang gabi rin, magandang gabi rin. And then when you want to emphasize, you would say good evening to you too. You would say magandang gabi rin sa'yo, magandang gabi rin sa'yo, magandang gabi rin sa'yo. Word for word, it's magandang gabi rin sa'yo. Again, we switched back the rin from din. We went back to rin because the word before it, gabi, ends with a vowel. Magandang gabi rin sa'yo. 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 And then when you start with that conversation, then we go along with it, and it's time to depart. It's time to, end that conversation. You say goodbye, or you do your leave takings. You would say like sige, which means okay. Sige, sige, sige. It's spelled as S-I-G-E. It means okay. Sige, sige, sige. And then when you say goodbye, you would say in Filipino, paalam, paalam, paalam. It is spelled as P-A-A-L-A-M. You may notice paalam features a double vowel. There are two A's at the first part of the sentence. In Filipino, we do not combine double vowels. Each vowel is pronounced separately. So it's paalam, not paalam. Again, paalam, paalam, paalam. We also have like a Filipino word for like ciao. Like ciao. The Filipino word would be bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. It is spelled as B-A-B-A-Y. So it's kind of like our version of bye or ciao. Again, bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. With an intonation, bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. And that ends lesson number 1. Tune in next week for another lesson that would make you go Filipino. If you like this podcast, please leave 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and leave a review. I really love to hear from you. You can also email me at gofilipinopod@gmail.com. That's GOFILIPINOPOD@gmail.com. This has been Go Filipino, your Tagalog learning companion with me, Chris Andres. Until next time, bye-bye. Special thanks to Kevin MacLeod of Incompetent.com for the theme song, Rainbows, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license.